Hello. If you watched the Castlevania 1 video, this is literally like 10 seconds after the end of the Castlevania 1 video. So I'm doing Bloodlines now. I didn't really know what to talk about because, what haven't I said about Castlevania? Especially me trying to do some videos on Lords of Shadow. And showing my tier list video kind of gives you some idea. Me talking about some stuff in the past. So I'm going to do Bloodlines, and a little fun fact. And yes, the New Generation is the European name. But, so, little fun fact about Bloodlines. Bloodlines is actually, my favorite Castlevania game. I don't know why it is. And again, I'm picking the scale lines because that's the only way to make it this size. The ancestors of the Belmont family are doomed to confront the power of evil incarnate, Draculade. I love her design. In 1917, a countless sought to revive the long-dead spirit of the vampire. Her name was Elizabeth Bartley, which is apparently a relative to Dracula, so they never really go into it. To revive him, she needed to travel all over Europe, enlisting help from all the powers of darkness. Two young vampire hunters set out to fulfill their destiny, push back the evil hordes, and drive the vampire back into his dark netherworld. I love this title screen. It's so good. Also, this has one of my favorite soundtracks on the Genesis. 1994. Oh yeah, you can actually handicap your lives. Okay, do I usually have it? Do I usually give myself 5 lives? I don't remember. Do I usually do that? I want to check something real quick. Oh my god, wait a minute. Shoot. Well, I know this is one reason because unlike Castlevania 1, where I have 2, live stream and a video on the first game, Bloodlines, I don't think I have anything. Like, I've played the game a couple of times from, previous streams, but I've never done, the full thing. Let me check. I need to check a video. Oh my god, I'm so freaking stupid. I did do a live stream of this game. I was getting it confused because what happened was I played the whole game as Eric back in 22, but I was just showing off a little bit of John then. How many lives did I give myself? Alright. I was just checking. I couldn't remember if I gave myself 3 or 5. Okay, I'll just go with 3. So, I'll go into why I love this game so much. But first, you can choose between 2 characters, John Morris and Eric Liccardi. And when I first played this game the first couple of times, I picked John. I guess I just didn't want to pick Eric just because... I think it was because I was a little intimidated by him. Because he just wasn't a traditional character to play as. And I think I finally got to play this game back in... When was it? I think it was 2016. October 2016 when I first played this. And at this point, some of the Castlevania games I first played were... the Castlevania games I've beaten at this point was Castlevania 1 through 4, 64, Castlevania Dracula X, Circle of the Moon... And I think that's it, because I didn't play Dawn of Sorrow until 2018. I didn't play Rondo of Blood until 2017. So at the time I played this, I still haven't beaten a lot of Castlevania games just yet. But yeah, there's actually quite a bit of story because Castlevania kind of goes into it. I don't want to drag this on, but yeah, Texas, USA, and Segovia, Spain. Card spear, but yeah, they both play different, but I'm picking good old pretty boy over here. Little cutie boy over here. So one cool thing about this game is you're traveling all across Europe, and we're starting with Romania, the ruins of Castle Dracula. Now, because Castlevania has a timeline, this game is actually one of the later games in the timeline, in which I think the only other Castlevania games that takes place after this game is Portrait of Ruin, which takes place in like 1940s, I think towards the end of World War II, and yeah, that's one of his moves. And then he has this, which is cool. So, oh yeah, one cool thing about this game is that there's no time limit, so I don't feel like I have to rush. And like I said, God, I love the music. My favorite song is Stage 4, where you're in Germany. So yeah, this takes place in 1917, and again, the only Castlevania games that takes place after this in the timeline is Portrait of Ruin, Aria of Sorrow, which is like freaking 2030 something, and then Dawn of Sorrow, which takes place in 2032. So yeah, this, what's interesting about this game is that compared to the other three games, which didn't come out until years after, like almost 10 years at least after this game. So yeah, Bloodlines was a very interesting game. Oh yeah, so man, there's so much to explain compared to Castlevania 1. So there's just different gimmicks, and one of them is that of course you can upgrade your weapon like you can do before, but it's not as annoying where you start out with this just horrendous whip, and then you get one that is like better, but it's too short. With this one, you get your first upgrade pretty quickly, like with the regular chain, and then that's the only upgrade. But if you can go a while, you can get this weapon, which both of them have different things. I like Eric's super upgrade more because Green Flame. Well, damn. But there's one catch. If you get hit one time, you lose it, and that's it. But to be fair, it is pretty powerful. But it does suck that you lose it in one hit. Now, in terms of difficulty for a Castlevania game, I'll at least say that in terms of like compared, like if I had to compare this to Castlevania 1, no, this game is definitely easier, but it is kind of strange. Oh yeah, this is the mid-boss. I remember, oh yeah, this part's gross. It's just like, it's broken up in terrestrial half. This game has a lot of mini-bosses, which for some reason Sega freaking loves doing that. I do like the boomerang weapon, sub-weapon. But yeah, I think the timeline's interesting. Also, I think this is the first Castlevania game that does not have a Belmont as their main character. I think this is the first one, which I guess if you want to know the story, in short, the plot of it is that apparently, I think after Richter, for some reason Richter, and it's even shown in Portrait of Ruin that Richter was the last Belmont to basically wield the Vampire Killer, which is family generational whip that is, used to slay creatures and Dracula and vampires. And really only the Belmonts can wield it, sort of. Well, there's a catch. But anyway, so yeah, the idea of it is, I like there's always a skeleton. You'll see it soon. There's a skeleton that I don't know why they did this, but I love it. He will just jump into the spikes and he'll just die. I don't know why he does it. He's just a little dummy. So, yeah, apparently something... The Belmonts just disappear. It's like some, fortune teller told the Belmonts that there's gonna be this big fight. A real big fight. With Draculade and everything. And, it's gonna be the ultimate battle in the year 1999. So, apparently Richter was the last one, apparently, to hear this. Or at least... No, he was, because he was the last one to hold Vampire Killer. And... when they were told this, they just completely disappeared. But, in the meantime, they put their trust in the Vampire Killer to, yeah, you can only get up here with Eric. Here we go. You think, what does John have? He has like a plasma whip. So anyway, yeah, the Morris family is now taken over, which, an extra fun fact, if you've seen the Avaging video of Castlevania, in his Bloodline video, you should know this from him, but yeah, John Morris is actually apparently a relative to Quincy Morris from the Bram Stoker's book of Dracula, which is pretty cool. Alright, this is the part coming up. It's gonna be after this part. Right here. He's just such a dumbass. What are you doing up there, buddy? See the blood driplets. So anyway, yeah. And so the whole plot is that Elizabeth, the person you saw, that woman, green-haired girl. Yeah, here's the thing. She's apparently a relative to Dracula, which, to what I've seen online, I guess is weird, because aside from Alucard being his son, Dracula doesn't have any relatives. So it doesn't really make any sense how she fits in the story with the bloodline, but I don't know. I think what's kind of funny is that I think, to me, the European name makes a little more sense, because this is the first game where it's not the Belmonts. It just kind of feels like it's a new, generation of, well, no, it's like a new generation of Belmonts, but it also works with a new generation of people that's not connected to the Belmonts, I guess you could say. Is this the Skelly neck? Skelly neck. Alright, there's an extra life that I want to make sure to grab. There we go. Ah, man, there's so many things to talk about. Yeah, that's the special you get when you have the green spear. I don't trust it. I think you can just push right and not have to do that weird thing. But, so yeah. I won't say any spoilers that has to do with the Vampire Killer, but let's just say the Vampire Killer is really best to only Belmonts wield it. I'll just say that. It'd go into it in Portrait of Ruin. But yes, John Morris is wielding the Vampire Killer. Alright. Again, there's a lot else to say I want to talk about this game. I'll say it on the next stage. It's a silly boss. Man, I love that. Oh my gosh. Alright, get ready. Tuya! Alright. But yeah, this isn't too hard of a game. Although, I think one thing that's interesting is that, to my knowledge, this is the only Castlevania game, or one of the only ones. Like, I played most of them, but I think it's the only one that you have limited continues. Yeah, how about that? All the other Castlevania games have infinite continues, which this one technically does. It's just you have to put in a password, but there's one silly thing. They give you 3 continues, and then once you run out, it's like, okay, well, now I gotta use passwords. But they did something dumb, and it's that, if you use a password, you have 3 lives, but you only get 1 continue. So after you start using passwords, you then have to deal with only 1 continue. Atlantis, Shrine, Greece. Well, I'm watching Saint Seiya at the moment. God, I like this setting! Well, because I keep talking about how much I like the setting, that's one of the reasons why I love this game. Out of all the Castlevania games, this is probably my favorite when it comes to just how the setting, just the stages. I just love some of the like Castlevania 4 and Bloodlines just tried all these different like effects just to make this game just so cool. However, out of the 2, they're both really good, but I really like Bloodlines effects more. It's just, I don't know, because it's on Genesis, they usually try to like be more creative with how they do things. But yeah, the settings are so good, and another thing is the colors. I love the colors. Like, look at Eric, look at his color choices. It's so good. Look at the background, it's so nice. Whoops. And again, it's just little things. Like, I do like that this is a Castlevania game where there's no time limit, which I guess by this point it's not a big deal because Rondo doesn't have a time limit. I think it's just because up until Rondo and Bloodlines, all these Castlevania games have freaking time limits. I don't trust them. There you go. Way. And of course, another thing, as I've said, that I really like about this game is, the music is amazing. Well, maybe not amazing. When I usually say the word amazing, most of the time, it basically is like above words like really good, great, very positive stuff. I always forget. There is a 1-up. I just gotta remember where it is. Dang it. That was the extra life. I'll prove it. There it is. Dang it. I just forget because it's like you have to know in advance. That extra life would have been nice, but it's fine. I just always forget how close it is. Alright. Whoa. It stops. But, yeah, one thing about this game is that there's a lot of mini-bosses. I mean, there's a lot. I wouldn't even say, they're not even mini-bosses, they're just straight-up bosses. Oh yeah, this is probably the dumbest boss, because the idea of it is that you gotta kill him before he raises the water, before it's lethal. But, dumb. That's the only boss that's dumb. But guess what? We gotta deal with another boss very soon. Right here, actually. Dang it! That's not good. I did not mean to get hit. Whoops. Okay, now he's gonna do that one move. Dang it. There we go. Yeah, I didn't do so good, but that's fine. Actually, there is one thing I do remember about the continues that's very nice. If I remember the continues, the one bright side with the continues is that if you lose a continue on a stage, it will actually start you at the checkpoint of that stage, which is... Damn it, I couldn't remember how high they jump up, but that's actually very nice. So, kind of recommended that, you don't die. I mean, you don't lose all your continues, which I don't think I should. What I mean is, I don't think I'll lose all my continues before I beat this game. Should be fine. Now, you might wonder, well, how many times have you beaten this? I can't remember. I think I've beaten it like 4 times. Well, let me think. 1, 2, 3. I've beaten it at least 4 times. But yeah, like about 4 times. Well, actually no, maybe like 5 times, technically. I'm on the 2nd stage. That'll be better. But, yeah, it's weird. It's like, there's like a lot of, just like that. Which, I will say that Genesis sound and Genesis music can be a hit or miss for me. Sometimes I think Genesis music is just... Don't kill me, please. I think I'm close to health, I think. I think so? Or did I miss it like a dummy? Am I close to health? I know I'm being a little cheesy. Alright, the health... See... Oh my gosh. Again, I know I'm playing a little cheesy, but... It's because the health is right here, and I just really don't want to lose it. But yeah, I love the sound effects in this game. Man, it's good. It's good stuff. So... But yeah, it is strange. I even question myself about that. It's like, really? This is my favorite Castlevania game? It feels strange because, you know, even though I love the Castlevania series, wow. That was a moment that shouldn't have happened. I have never died like that before. That's bad. That was not supposed to happen at all. That's not good. That was really bad, because now I lost all my gems. Oh, wait, you do... Oh, it does have 2 upgrades. Oh. But yeah, that's pretty... Bastard. I only did 2, but still. But, so, God, oh, no, that didn't happen. Oh my God, this is actually the worst I've ever played in this stage. That is, I don't want to talk anymore. This is so bad. Because if I keep losing lives this bad, then I'm actually going to probably lose all my lives. That was just unacceptable. Very, very unacceptable. Extremely unacceptable. That was one of those extreme occasions where my brain just wasn't really thinking and I just jumped without even thinking. I think the reason is because my mind keeps thinking about my legs right now. And they're just starting to feel uncomfortable a little bit. And because of it, my mind just kind of wasn't thinking. And now 2 lives gone, just like that. Just like that. Yeah, I am really going to have to make up for that on the next stage. Oh yeah, these enemies... Don't ask why they do this. They just like to do it, apparently. Dang it! How was I supposed to know he was going to stop while I was there? Alright, I think I'm at the boss now. Sorry, I'm just feeling slightly sour because I died twice. I normally shouldn't die any more than once on this stage, but dying twice is just very unacceptable. Because, you know, the first 2 stages are actually easy. They're easy levels, so I just can't really afford to start losing lives. Yeah, sorry I'm just doing bad right now, just my motivation is just... There we go. Just one thing I just wanted to simply say was... all the... Yeah, I think, like... Is it? Yeah, all the boss deaths in this game are all really good. And just the orb and just, like, the screen. It just has a lot of effects. Just has a lot of effects. Strangely, the 3rd stage is actually my least favorite. Italy. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's also my least favorite song in the game. All the other songs are great. Well, this song is good too. It's just... I guess it just kind of makes me feel like... I don't know. This is my least favorite stage, and it's just my least favorite stage just because I still like this song, but it just kind of makes me... I don't know, it just makes me... I just feel like I'm kind of like, my sanity is being questioned. I don't know, it almost feels like illusion music. You hear it? Piss off, you stupid eyeball dastard. Alright. Dang it, I don't know what's happening. I usually don't... I don't know, maybe it's just the stress playing these games, but it's like my nose and it's like my nerves just keep making me itchy. Which... Whoops. Forget that there's specials in this. I can't remember if there's something up here. I don't think so. I know where the one-up is in stage 4. It's actually quite easy. But no, I do like this music. It just... I can't really describe the music other than that it feels like illusion. It feels like illusion clown music, just a little bit. Oh, I hate this part. Not a fan of this. Because there's freaking Medusa heads and gotta be careful not to get hit by them. But even though I say it's my least favorite stage, I still like this level. It's just that it has a couple of parts that just kind of make me feel a little worried. This part isn't even hard, it's just... I don't know. I think I said most of the things of why I like this game overall. Just the setting, soundtrack, graphics, animation, effects. The whole stuff. But again, for me to say it's my... Damn. For me to say it's my favorite Castlevania game is strange because for how much I like the series, you would think Castlevania 64 is my favorite because I make it sound like it's my favorite, but it isn't. But no, this one's my favorite. But I don't know, it's like, it's my favorite for like weird reasons. Like, why is it my favorite? I don't know. I don't know. Oh yeah, like I said, Eric is, I would say he's like easy mode a little bit, because his weapon is more useful by doing up slashes, because I think with John he can only do side slashes, which, you know, it does help a bit, but, also, okay, next part. I'm not a fan of this part. I gotta be careful. I need to concentrate. Yeah, we're going up to Pisa. It's best to stay in the middle. Yeah, that's why I was keeping the axes. Again, the setting is really freaking cool. I love the setting in this game. It's a shame that there's only 6 stages. Alright, that's the end of the stage. That actually went pretty well. Now, if I beat this boss without dying, then great. That actually makes up for me for the second stage, because I usually die once on this stage sometimes. Damn it, I'm doing pretty... Ah, I'm doing really freaking bad. I'm doing really bad right now. I need to concentrate. I'm doing so bad. Wow. I'm doing so bad right now. I don't know why. There we go. Alright. It's kind of weird to say that out of all the Zelda games, my favorite boss deaths are actually Ocarina of Time. They did a really good job with the boss deaths in this game. I don't know why. Never got it like that. But yeah, Ocarina of Time has really good boss deaths. Alright, Factory Germany. This is actually considered, I think, to be the most popular Castlevania Bloodlines theme. Yep. I love this song. It's one of my favorite Castlevania favorite Castlevania themes. And I love the Portrait of Ruins version of it. Now you might think, well, why are you mentioning... Well, first of all, Portrait of Ruins, it kind of feels like a sequel in terms of story. Because in Portrait of Ruin... Oh, back at it again. Portrait of Ruin takes place like 20 years, and the main character in that game is John Morris. And also Charlotte. Jonathan, Charlotte, Jonathan. And it has the famous gay old horse. Alright, it's up there. The one up. But, yeah, even though the game doesn't, it only has 6 levels, which, yeah, it's, it might actually be my biggest complaint about this game. What? Whoa, 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 whoa. What? Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just a little confused. Give me a minute. Oh, right. This is one of those games where your feet is not on the freaking platform. But that's what you need to do. You know what's funny? I actually like games like those. Now, if I remember... Oh, yeah, I remember. So one interesting thing is, if I do die on this stage and I have to start back before... You know, if I start back at the beginning of 5-2, I actually can go back and get the 1-up. Which is nice. Wall meat! Trying to figure out where the heck he is. Oh, there he is. Yeah, all the enemies are skeletons on this level, pretty much. I think it's kind of funny. I love that. Again, I just... Oh my gosh, I don't know why, I just like a lot of these sounds in this. I think the only problem with this, and although you can choose to change the weapon, because it's so good, it's like, it's like I don't want us to change it out. Oh yeah, one good thing about this game is that, alright, just do it. Good. Just wanted to do it because I didn't want to risk getting hit. Oh, any other sub-weapon would have worked just fine, but with this one, it just, you know... Wow. But yeah, it is nice that it actually shows you if it's a sub-weapon candle or is it just a regular candle. Because I keep telling myself, like, oh, I don't want to grab this, what if it's a weapon? Or maybe I'm thinking that because I just played Castlevania 1. That's probably why. But yeah, if you have to say, like, what are the only other Castlevania games that can hold its own against this one? Like my other two favorites. Cool. I lost my ability because that dumb freaking skeleton hurt me. That worked just fine. Oh. But yeah, one reason why this game is pretty easy compared to the other Castlevania games is just because, it's because you don't really take that much damage. And, you know, it's only 6 stages, so it's not a long game, although the stages are lengthy. Also, the boss is very strange in this, on this level, but I actually like it. Also, the fifth, if I remember, one of the hardest bosses in the game is actually in the 5th stage. Not the actual end stage boss, but the halfway boss. It's one of the weirder bosses in this game, and I'm trying to remember how it works fighting that boss. So yeah, the only... Oh yeah, this room is kind of annoying. So yeah, one of the only Castlevania games... I would say my second... Oh wait, I want to get this enemy out of the way. But... What is this? Oh crap. Frankenstein! Sorry if I'm doing horrendous. Wow. Man, Frankenstein kicked my ass. Ah, that's what I get. Again, I just don't remember his moveset. I beat him at least, but now I'm gonna die soon because of it. Okay, this is the room I thought I was gonna go in soon. It's probably... This is my least... Uh-oh. Well, now I'm gonna die because of this. Sucks I'm gonna die on this stage. Well... Alright, it's this one that's annoying. This is the most annoyingest one, which I'm probably gonna die. Alright. Well, I didn't at least. I'm getting close to the boss, but if I get hit at any point, then that's it. But Castlevania 64 and Rondo are my other two favorites. Now, what's strange is when I talk about Rondo and Castlevania 64, I do seem like, I don't know, maybe it's just in my head, but it almost feels like if I talk about Castlevania, I would make it sound like I like those two games more than this, but I don't. I like this game more than the other two. Although I do have way more nostalgia with Castlevania 64, and I do really love that game for, like, different reasons, but... You know, it does have its flaws. You know, its flaws are bigger than this game, where the biggest flaw in this game is just, it's a short game. I would have really loved if there was just another 2 stages. Would have been great. I'm actually gonna die. Okay, I went in there at least. Yeah, I'm gonna die at this boss. Yet, and I'm dead. Jesus, man. I just freaking started. I might actually... Alright. Alright, well... Alright. This is probably the weirdest main boss in the game. Dang it! Oh my god, I tried. Okay, gotta get out of the way. It's a very silly boss, and I like how it dies. I never get tired of it. Well, this is bad. Wow, okay, Jesus, man. I was almost close to beating him. But, alright. Okay, this is how he dies. It's just the excessive tin metal bouncing sound is what makes it funny. Alright, 4th stage. Cool pose. I did play Rondo, which I keep forgetting I did, because I keep thinking that I haven't really been playing any Castlevania games until towards the end of October, but no, I did a stream of Rondo Blood as Marissa, and that was a lot of fun. I don't know, I guess the reason why I don't like Rondo as much as Bloodlines is because, you know, both games you can play as two different characters, and yeah, both games have a great soundtrack, but I guess it's just because Bloodline, I don't know, it's like, Bloodlines is just more creative. It is more creative with its settings, and the effects, and everything, and just the colors, setting, level design. It just, Rondo Blood just feels like a Castlevania game, and a really good one, of course. So one of my second favorite, but Bloodlines just kind of is more interesting. But of course, you know, at least with Rondo, another problem is that you can beat the game. It only has 7 stages, and one of them is just a boss gauntlet. However, the difference with that one is that there's actually like an additional 4 to 5 stages that is like alternate stages, which is cool. So it does have more stages technically, and more variety. But, even then, I still like Bloodlines more because the alternate stages, although really cool, yeah, France. Which, this is probably the most interesting setting to me. France. Going to France? But yeah, this stage is really cool. Which, okay, if I remember, there's an enemy that for some reason, I make them harder than they need to be. Yeah. Because this part is actually, for some reason I treat this part of the stage as really a bit difficult. Alright, I know this is going to seem a little tedious, but... Oh, I can do 2. Okay. Just had to figure it out. Wait, can I hurt it? Oh, I can. I give up. I give up! Dang it. Ugh, I didn't know I was gonna start right there. Oh yeah, this part's cool. Regular water. Oh, man. We're on raspberries now. And I got hit like a dummy. Whoops. Oh, wait. Dang! Oh, my God! Wow, I'm actually... It's happening again, like I said, it's just... I am, like, losing a lot of health at this part because it's actually easy. I don't know. Cool. Just because I'm impatient. That's how it usually goes. Alright. But yeah, the 5th stage is awesome. I think I even know what this next part is. Is it with, like, the shadows and the chandeliers? Yep. I love that sound. I'm gonna keep saying that. Also, what I find funny is that there's one enemy in this game, and it's coming up later. Gonna be a jerk? Wow, damn it! Oh, I hate the freaking enemies like that! Yeah, you can do that. That's what I was trying to, like, lure him in. But yeah, there's one enemy, and it's actually a cool enemy, and I'll know which room it's in. Actually, what's funny is I think that enemy you only see one time. I just don't get why. Like, there's actually... Oh, man. Just so they don't get a chance to shoot the fireballs at me. Whoa, okay. Oh wait, I can actually hit them? Yeah, okay, cool. But see, I can't hit them... Alright. Alright. Just gotta hit them before they hit me! Whoa. Alright. I don't even know why I'm doing it like this. Wait, I think I can almost get him. Dang it. This part isn't good. I think I almost have to... like that. Damn it! Bullshit! And I just got up there for crying out loud. That sucks. It really sucks. I can't make it up, sadly. Piss off, you bastard! Great, got hit twice. Yeah, I might get a game over because of this. Piss, you piece of bastard. Yeah, I'm gonna get a game over. Yeah, I'm doing real bad now. Doing real bad. Did you just come back? See, this is the part I really hate. You know what? I don't want to deal with it. I would have been able to get past that part. No! Sorry if I'm starting to sound a little bit of a whiner right now. Try not to stress out so much. Already having to deal with this annoying boss coming up. Alright, there we go. Simple enough. Yeah, I don't know what else to say now. Alright, so it's gonna be this room. There is a wheelie one coming up, so I gotta be careful with that one. Gotta remember when that enemy appears. I did not mean to use that, I just... There he is. See this guy? Pretty cool, right? Alright, that's the only time we're gonna see him. Okay. Here's this stupid freaking boss. I hate this boss, I hate this boss, I hate this boss, I hate this boss. Cool, I lost my damn weapon. I'm gonna die just when I finally remembered how to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna lose now. I don't know how I did that. Alright, good. I don't know how I did it, but I did. Let's get out of here. Ugh. At least I can start at this boss now with the game over. She's actually an easy boss. But I'm not going to be able to beat her. It's a little bit of a strange boss. Oh my god, she's a moth! Piss off, you bastard! I would have beaten it. I would have beaten her, but because of that second egg, that's just great. All right, well, that's my first continue. All right, well now it's time for a rematch, but this time I'll beat her absolutely. And then it's time for stage 6, which. Hopefully I can get to the final boss with only losing one continue. Dang it. Ugh. Dang it! There we go. It's an easy boss. It's just a shame. Sorry if I'm swearing a little more. I guess I'm trying to loosen up a little bit because, again, just to note when I swear, don't take it too much of a big deal just because, like, I may sound very upset and stressed and angry at the game, but when all is done and it goes well in the end, I become fine very quickly. Maybe a little tired from it, but that's it. And now we're going over to England. The Castle Proserpina. Oh, well, we're gonna hit the 1 hour mark. Once again, cool setting. Wah, wah, wah. So yeah, this is actually a very long level. Oh, well. Can't do anything about it now. Actually, you know what? There's no time limit, so it should be okay. Oh, sorry, wait a second. Hey, Michael, Vsauce here. Alright, sorry for the wait. Okay. Oh yeah, so I'll talk about a couple of things. So this is, oh my god, this is like the weirdest room in the game. You'll see why. It's actually not hard at all, but at first it seems, oh, and then you're starting to notice it. So what it is that there's basically like different layers. I really can't explain it. It's like you kind of have to keep going back and forth between the two because you can actually fall down to your death. Okay, like for right here, you see a hole, but then it's like, oh, you can't make that jump, but you can. Just gotta jump. You just have to. You have to keep changing perspectives. Oh my god. Okay, I'm starting to get too worried. It's not a hard part, but I'm thinking too much. Alright, I think you just drop down. Then you have to look at the bottom. And then I think, yeah, right here. Then jump right here. Then go down here. Now you have to change perspectives again. Then jump up here. Then you change perspectives. Wow. Alright, please stop freaking me out. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. Well, I can have it on pause. So, oh boy. So, this is my... Well, what did I say earlier? Did I say I had a least favorite part? This is probably my least favorite part in the game, because all the other, different effects and gimmick settings were all really good. This is one where it's like one of the lesser interesting ones, because the one before was really interesting, but this one is just upside down, and I'm not a big fan of this one. The reason why it's frustrating is because left and right is the same, but it's just down, like up is now down and down is now up. So because this is the only time in the game that's like this, I'm not really that used to having this controls like this. Dang it. There we go. But it actually went great. Alright, that actually went really well. I can actually die there if I'm not careful. Oh, I remember this room. Alright. I remember this room. This room, I don't know why, it's like a pinch scary. You'll see why. It's this sound coming up. Here it is. Now it's gonna go faster from this point on. I think that's one thing I really love about this game, is that it seems like almost every room in this game is just... almost every room in this game is just different. It's just almost every room in this game is just different. And usually I like games like those where it feels like, almost every area is memorable. And it is. Alright, so I think, who am I fighting first? So this is what's one thing difficult about the 6 stages. There's 3 bosses. Who am I fighting? Am I fighting Death or... Fighting Death first, alright. Because Death always has to be a boss. This is actually my least favorite boss. You'll see why. Alright, so guess what? Guess what, kids? Boss rush, baby! However, they are easier, so it's not like they're gonna take as long. But they are easy at least, which is good. I wasn't lying about bosses in this game. There we go. But yeah, they're quick. And, there are alternate colors, so... Here's the thing. When it comes to alternate colors, some people complain about it because it's like, oh, how, what effort? Just change the freaking color. Honestly, I don't really care. I like it in games when they do that. Strangely, I think you only have to deal with 3 bosses. It's a weird boss gauntlet. Now you fight this thing. Again. Sorry, I just really did not want to lose my weapon. Well, we get to hear this sound again. I'll take it. Never mind. You wouldn't have heard it. Maybe you would have heard it. Ooh! Actually, now I think about it, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Think what? Well, you can actually get health, and I can't remember. There we go. It's going pretty good. Actually, the next boss fight is kind of annoying because there's 2 rounds, but the second round is actually really easy. It's just very tedious. Can I get my meat, please? Give me my meat. They didn't have to do that. You didn't have to give me all this meat. Alright, now it's time to fight death. Shoot. There we go. Yeah, that would have probably damaged me. And that's death. Yeah, again, it's strange. For how much I love Castlevania, it really is not, like... It's one of my favorite series, obviously, but it's not, like, in my top 5, which might be weird to say, because, again, you would think, like, really? It's like, this kind of treat it like it's one of your favorites. Yeah, it's in my top 10 favorite video game series, which, you know, of course, there's a lot of video game series, so... But yeah, it definitely is in my top 10. Oh yeah, I guess I'm gonna say this because this is gonna be out of context, but it's just as at the moment where I wanted to see it. But so, I guess seeing that story, let's talk visual novels. So, it's gonna kind of go into... I'm just going to talk about this because, seriously, it's going to be a little repetitive for some parts towards now. So, most of... Like, when it comes to 2D games, my favorite kind of games are games like this. Just action platformers. Games like Mega Man, and, you know, how the Castlevania games are. Like, just 2D action platformers are my go-to kind of games. 3D games... pretty much action-adventure. Or, at the very least, I just want games with action. Okay, I'll do this one more time. But... of course, I do like genres. It's, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like, I do like puzzle games, but, you know, there's, of course, different kind of puzzle games. There's, like, competitive puzzle games like Magical Drop, Puyo Puyo. What are some other ones? What is it called? Puzzle Dragon Dungeon? It's just a random one. I don't know, just games like those. Like, I do like those. I actually do enjoy those. Which, I remember starting, I think, in 2018. Oh wait, I forgot. Dang it. Alright. This is the second round. This is the repetitive part. Because that part can be a little challenging, but it's this fight that's very repetitive. God, I love that sprite. Just the green and red and pink is so good. Sound weird saying that. Alright. So, get an idea what's happening? Well, see this for the next few minutes. She actually does have a lot of different elemental abilities if you mess up on hitting her. But I'm not gonna get her to do that. And the idea is, wherever you're furthest away in the area, like if I'm right here, she's gonna go on the right. If I go right here, she's gonna go on the left. Just anywhere that's like it's kind of like, see, I wouldn't know that because I was kind of more in the middle, so it's hard to tell. So anyway, about different genres. So, space shooters, fighting games, and competitive puzzle games were kind of the genres that I didn't have I didn't have really that much experience with them, and they were genres that I did want to get into. And after playing multiple games throughout the years, I can conclude of the three genres that I did end up liking auto-scrolling shooters, but it can be, it's like a 50-50. I'm either going to overall enjoy them, or I'm actually going to not enjoy them because they just have too many annoying things about why I'm not the biggest fan of auto-scrolling shooters. And then competitive puzzle games, which seems like it has an overall pretty good track record. Most of the ones I have played, are good. All of them seem pretty good. Like, they do have their problems. Like, I'm not a big fan when, like, in Puyo Puyo games, like, half of them, they just really make you rush. Having to, like, when I just don't like competitive puzzle games where it feels like it's just making things too fast. Like, I can understand if the CPU is acting fast, but don't make my puzzles fast, please. Alright. Also, she dies in a... right up here. That's the most crustiest woman scream. One of the most crustiest I've ever heard. And then the music's gonna change. Yep, alright, getting to the end. But I'm not ready yet. I'm going to have to grind up for a bit, because I gotta remember how to do this fight. But, doing pretty good. I pretty much have 6 attempts, which is more than enough. And I already have the item I need. So, I'm gonna talk for a bit now with this, so... Wait, I can't remember. Can I just, like, push left? God, it bothers me. But apparently, yes, you can do that. No! Bullshit! Oh my god. Okay, so... Okay. Well, good to know! Because that just proves that this game still has that problem. I push right, and it's just that they kind of, you know, fixed that problem in the later games, and it doesn't matter. I didn't have full health, so, you know, it's best just doing this. But, yeah... Bastards. Alright, so anyway, but fighting games was the only one that I just couldn't really get into. But I do like fighting games. I just suck at them, and I guess I'm not into, like, the idea of the first several hours of the game. Me having to, like, first I have to figure out which character I'm gonna pick. Like, and, you know, the only thing I'm gonna go off of that is, you know, going off how if they look cool or not, and just go from there. I guess I just don't really like the progression to trying to play a fighting game, I guess is what I'm saying. Some of them actually are able to do it. Like, Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is one of my favorite fighting games, because I guess I just like fighting games with variety, and that game has plenty of it. And I really like that game. It's weird. It's like some games I just don't have in my 8 out of 10 list. Even though some games should be on there, it's just complicated. Like that game. Because, you know, It really isn't like a great game, but it is really good. But with my memories with it, it makes it feel like an 8. And yes, I'm gonna do this every time if I die. So there's other genres. Like, I'm not mentioning. Like, I've played other games like RTS. RTS, I don't have a lot of experience with, but I will say my only complaint is that, you know, like with the real-time strategy, which I'm not the biggest fan because I kind of like to be able to, you know, sit down and think. And RPGs is one genre that it's one of my favorite genres. I do love RPGs, but I'm not good at them. And I don't know, it's like, RPGs is like, it's like something you like, not even like, it's something that you love, but you just kind of suck at it a little bit. But you still love it. But yeah, there's like I didn't mention regular puzzles. I have played games that are regular puzzle games, like Picross, if you count that, which it is, but still, I do like puzzle games, but I'm not really interested in long-term. Like, I would say they're fun on easy and normal difficulty, but once it gets to the point where I feel like I'm just thinking way too much, I just feel like I'm wasting my time. So I like puzzle games on an easy to normal, like, I just like playing them casually. I don't really like playing them to, like, really intensify. But then we get to visual novels, which I don't really have much experience on visual novels. I've seen... Oh my god, oh my god, does Game Grumps still have that up? I need to check, holy crap. I actually forgot that I actually watched one full playthrough a decade ago of a visual novel, and then I even remember watching another visual novel, but I think they never finished it, but I did watch all the episodes of that. So I have seen some visual novel playthroughs, like, a long time ago. Which is weird, because this was during the time where I wasn't still big into anime, but yet I was just, I don't know, you think what I have to do? I don't know. Sorry, I'm just going on and on and on. Like I said, only watch these videos if you care, whatever. Care or whatever. But yeah, with visual novels, I don't really have that much experience. I have played some games, and even one game I'm playing right now, Virtue's Last Reward, where half the game is just dialogue and dialogue and dialogue. It pretty much feels like half the game is a visual novel. But the other half is like puzzle solving, which is, I guess, what I like about the game. I do like games, like, if the story is good, you know, RPG games with a lot of dialogue and games like Devil Survivor and Virtue's Last Reward, where half the game is just nothing but dialogue. And of course, you know, there are visual novels that I've always been interested in, like Clonid, for example, and another one that I don't want to say the series because it's pretty, kind of has some stuff in it, but I've seen the anime of it, and was interested in the visual novel for years, but I don't know, visual novels is one of those genres where how do I put this? As a video game, I don't like visual novels because it doesn't feel like I'm playing a game. Like, if I want to play a game, I want to play a game where, you know, I'm moving around, just things where, like, visual novels, most visual novels, it feels like I'm watching a show that I'm able to interact with to an extent, or it just feels like I'm either reading a book or watching a show, but I'm able to interact with it, but in a very minimal, like, multiple choice, different ending route, which I think that's one problem. I'm not a fan of games with multiple endings because, you know, I would like to pick a different, you know, a specific route, and when I feel like I don't get the ending that I want, and if I just don't feel like I would, you know, I just, you know, Usually it's risky because if I don't get a good ending and I feel like I have to play the whole game again, it kind of puts some salt on my enjoyment of it and makes me not want to play it again. Some games have done this, but so yeah, visual novels just again, as a video game, I don't like visual novels. However, if I just view it as, okay, I have to concentrate. It's Draculade. Oh my god. I really needed to do the practice. Really need to do the practice. So yeah, this is Dracula. I like his design in this one. I wonder what my favorite one is. I'll certainly say, not the Dracula from Portrait of Ruin. I think what's wrong with the one in Portrait of Ruin? Oh my gosh, he just... I can't describe it, he just has a certain look. I love this sound. Just to say real quick, I don't hate visual novels, but I'll get to it in a second. Oh yeah, Dracula's now death for some reason. Dang it, I actually got hit. Oh yeah, I love this part. He's gonna go in his last form, but I might die. This boss fight is kind of hard. When I say kind of hard, I mean by I might die a couple times. Ugh. Dang it. Oh wait, I'm cheesing him a little bit. Oh my god, am I actually gonna beat him? Oh my god, really? Oh my god, I think it's because I cheesed the fire part. Wow, alright, jeez, alright. Guess I did it! First try. Wow, that actually went better than I expected. And I like just the shadows again. Dang it. Wow, wow! Jeez, stupid. The triggers. That's it. Game is done. Good job, Eric. So in short, again, sorry if I'm just going off topic, but just to quickly say, that's Bloodlines. Still my favorite Castlevania game, and replaying it again, I'm always reminded why it's my favorite. Thus, Eric has fulfilled his destiny as a vampire hunter. And that's it. He fulfilled his vampire hunter destiny. He is in Portrait of Ruin, but I can't say any spoilers. It is a shame because Vinny Vinesauce that I watch, he's not a big fan of this game just because he does kind of like... He's not a big fan of the Genesis sound. I like half understand, but that Genesis sound just... It's just like... It's like everything. It just sound just... It's like an art. It's like, you know, one art can be extremely detailed while another art can be very minimal, but both can be just as, you know, as much quality. It's just, I don't know. I actually like abstract art, but I also like, you know, very nice and detailed art. And, you know, just like with music, I, you know, do really like music that sounds like this when done right, and I also do like music that does sound like actual instrumental music if done right. In short, I think with anything it just comes down to, if I like it, then I like it. Gear Steamer. And then there's Moth Princess. But really the only visual novel I ever played, and this one is just gonna be, this is gonna be like the, this is gonna be like saying like, oh yeah, I love RPGs. It's like, oh, what RPG have you played? Oh, I've only played Final Fantasy VII. For me, yeah, the only visual novel game I actually played, you know, beaten. I can't recall if I've ever played another visual novel at some point, but just never beat it. But the only one I ever beat was Doki Doki Literature Club in 2018, and I didn't know anything about it. Went in blind, and that's a great game. I really like that game. So honestly, I've never really given visual novels really a chance, and I guess the reason is because if I'm gonna play a game, I kind of want to, I don't know, like, it's like, to me a visual novel is like, you know, if I want, you know, if I'm interested in playing a game that's a visual novel, I might as well just read a book or a show, because I would rather play a game that has more to it. But the only way I can look at it where I actually can't really enjoy visual novels is just view them as a show or a book. But in which case you can interact with them. I think that's the only way that I can actually really enjoy visual novels. If I view them as a video game, I don't like visual novels because they're just not my kind of game. I just don't really, I don't want to play a game that has so much freaking dialogue, because I'm just like, I just don't want to just read, I don't want to read this anymore. Even if the story is really good, it just, my brain somehow just has a limit. However, if I view a visual novel as a book, I think it would be better, obviously, to view it as a book. If I view it as a book you could say, watching digitally, then that actually changes things. The only issue is it being, you know, having multiple choices. And I guess another issue is that visual novels are just one genre where it's like I guess it's like, you know, do I really need to play this? Like, aside from, you know, maybe getting my own ending, like, I could just watch someone just, you know, play it online, you know, just, especially, but again, it's a different experience playing, I know, just, I don't know, man, it's complicated. I don't have much experience with visual novels, so I'm not really a good person to give an opinion on, you know, like if we're talking Zelda, I can give a, you know, a decent opinion, but with visual novels, I cannot give squat. But like with fighting games, I actually do have, I do have some visual novels on my Switch, because, you know, again, I wanted to get into the series, and I actually have plenty of fighting games, like some Samurai Spirits, Chaos Code, Guilty Gear. I got these games years ago, and I'm even working on a fighting game right now, Castlevania Judgment. And I have tried fighting games in the past, Street Fighter, you know, over the years, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Guilty Gear. I did try Darkstalkers the beginning of this year, but it's like, God, the first game is just so brutal. But it sucks because Darkstalkers is one of the only fighting game series I'm really interested in, because I really love the character rosters and theme of it. Oh yeah, I also have like the Fatal Fury games, which I've shown on my PS4. So, I would say that I don't hate fighting games. I just, you know, have a couple problems I have with them because I'm just not really... In short, I'm just not good at fighting games. That's all it is. If I just have more of a natural talent for fighting games, then sure. Then I would probably enjoy it more. But I still want to get into fighting games more. There's just too many dang games. And games I want to replay. Sorry, my throat is itchy. So, okay. I played Castlevania 1. And I played Castlevania Bloodlines. Glad I got to play them. I'm sorry, what is this? Wait, what? Remote workers at 8:58 a.m. before 9 a.m. meeting. You know, I am really bad about that. I try to have a specific list. I need to show my friend this eventually. Wait, how much have I been playing? 2.5. So let's see. Okay, so it should go up to 12 hours. Yeah. There we go. So Castlevania 1 and Bloodlines. Now, I will be playing Castlevania 64, but the problem with that one is that I'm going to be doing that in one go. And it's a 4-hour game. So, I really, I have to play it at a time where I know I'm not going to be bothered or, you know, have anything to do, so... because on Halloween, I'm planning on just staying up all Halloween day, taking advantage of that day. And I'm gonna play Luigi's Mansion on that day, and I don't want to play Castlevania 64 on that day because Luigi's Mansion is already gonna take like 3.5 hours to beat. So crap, that reminds me, I need to have my Wii ready, where am I gonna hook that up? I have to figure that out then. Also, I forget that I have this. I should work on this someday. Kid Dracula. Actually, I just never worked on it because it's not... It is a Castlevania game, but it's just kind of... not a Castlevania game. Let me check something. Oh, her. She has more subscribers now. I never watched her stuff. I would only see her once in a blue moon. I think I'm still follow her on Twitch. Let's see. Well, okay, for her it took her 2 hours to beat it. Now, assuming that's a blind run, and assuming if she's, you know, better at me at the game by a marginal amount where it would take me longer, this might only be 3 hours. You know what? Yeah. You know what? Let's see, what time is it? It is 1:20. You know what? Next time. You know, I'll actually play this. This is very unexpected, but I'll actually play this. Because it is sort of a Castlevania game, but it's not. But it is. So, yeah, I think I'll actually play this. I just never really could figure out... I don't know, I've played a bit of it. I think I did the first stage years ago when I got this, but... Okay. I'm actually going to do another video, but I don't think I'm ever going to upload it. It's kind of like Resident Evil 8. I did make a couple videos, but I just never released them because, I don't know, sometimes I just want to make a video for myself, or maybe I would upload it. And I think instead I'm just going to play Resident Evil 3 Remake. Do another... It's going to be my second session with it today. And I'll play for like 2.5 hours, so let's see. Oh shoot. Actually, by the time I do that, I'll have a little bit of time left and I'll have to go to bed. Okay. So, Kid Dracula, I'll definitely do it. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I can just... Same console, so I can just start right away. I need to go back to Virtuous Last Reward. Luckily, it's not really a Halloween-y game, so it's okay for me to continue it past Halloween or October. Although I do have a thing where, for several years now, it's a thing called Halloween Overtime, where for the first week of November, I still treat it a bit Halloween-y, but half the stuff that I do to celebrate it is just not really, you know. Okay, so that's it for Castlevania. Do I actually have the achievements, all the achievements for Castlevania? What? I only have 40%. Well, I never... Okay, so Kid Dracula, if I complete that, then... Dang it, I've never beaten Castlevania 2, so I wouldn't get that. Yeah. Complete Castlevania 3, Dracula Killers, only with Trevor Belmont. Oh, I've never done that. It wouldn't make a difference, actually. Clay with Grant, never did that. Wait, what? Complete Castlevania 3 with Alucard. I never did Alucard's route? Flash John Morris, yeah, I only did Eric. Huh, strange. Anyway, alright, I'm gonna do another video. Again, this is the third video now. But this video is probably not gonna be uploaded because half the reason why I do these videos is because of my friend, and I try to at least play games that might be even just the littlest interesting. Like, at least with Curse of Darkness, you know, it's like, okay, like, that's a PS2 game, you know, maybe that would be okay. But with something like this, yeah, she's just not, no. Although I did release Resident Evil 1. I guess I just do whatever I want, but still feel bad, so sometimes I just don't. Like my other 8 videos of Bloodborne that I'm just never gonna upload. Especially the fact that I swear like a hog. Although hogs don't swear. That is a fact. Anyway, that is it. Oh no! Oh yeah, just to say again, in conclusion, I already said what I said about visual novels. Although I actually am going to play one next month. Gonna do a stream of it. I don't know. Honestly, I probably would have played more visual novels if they ever had good discounts on it on Switch, but they never do. Claude, my darling. Maybe that is a problem that I have. It's like, for as long as I can remember, it's like I'm really bad about just trying to be as specific and adding as much context and detail as possible as, I guess, a way of hoping for someone to understand. Also, is that penguin is eating pudding, fish pudding. Pudding.